Hello there. Tonight's shave, we're going to be using my Rooney Restore with a 20mm golden nib 3-band silver tip knot. The razor today is my Engstrom Frameback with rosewood or palisander scales. And the soap for the night, the cream actually, is a sample from Kevin Moore. Thanks, Kevin. It's Cade. L'Occitane, I believe. Cade. I believe L'Occitane makes this. He also sent me the balm, and we're going to use that as well tonight. It's becoming closer and closer to winter now, and the time that I use balms more. I don't use them but for a short period of time, the winter season, and then they're gone. I don't need them any other time. But when the weather is really cold and the wind blows really hard, my skin tends to dry, and the balms help during that period of the year. Also, he sent me a Crabtree and Evelyn sandalwood. That's going to be appearing in another video of mine. So we're going to give Cade a run tonight and see what's happening. And I've had water sitting in it to warm it up, but we'll be using my Maria Armin custom shave bowl made for North America's Best Wet Shavers group on Facebook. One moment, please. I knew that I had forgotten something. Need my little sample. So this cream is highly regarded. I've wanted to try it. I like the scent, but I really can't describe it. To me, it just smells. And maybe as I begin to shave with it, and I'm just going to use a little dollop like that. To me, it just smells, and I'm just going to bury it in my brush here, like a lot of the more modern clones, perfumes, or men's clones rather, men's eau de toilette, that kind of deal smell to me. It's a fresh kind of scent, but beyond that, it's really, really hard. I think I'm getting, it's a wonderful, it blooms really well when you hit it with warm water. The smell strengthens and intenses. I like that. It's blowing up lather-wise. I like that. That was a fairly small sample. Probably could have gone smaller than that. I'm getting, I think, but I can't be sure, some lemony type of notes or citrusy type of notes in it. There's a soapy component to it. Just lovely lather. It's starting to turn really shiny, and that's probably more water than it needs, but I'm going to throw some more in it because I have found in my experience that I have a tendency, and I'm going to add more even than that, but I have a tendency in my experience to not put enough water in creams because they lather really quickly. When you put them in a bowl and throw a wet brush at them, that I think a lot, and I think a lot of people do the same thing and don't realize it, you know. And the soap is not as hydrated as it really should be, because they see it blow up in a bowl and they go, oh, that must be all right. It must be ready now. You know, it's cream. It's got more water in it to start with, and it must be ready. Well, in my opinion, I don't think that's the case a lot of times, and so I like to add just a bit more water. But that's a lovely lather. We shall see. I want to beat it just a bit more, just because I put that extra water in there, and I want to make sure it looks like it is, but I just want to make absolutely certain that that is well incorporated into that lather. Lovely. Yeah. Got the water balance right for me. Some people might think I put too much in it, but you know, I've learned over the years, you know, we like to talk about all our different preferences and that kind of deal, and sometimes we can get you need to go in my brush cup. Anyway, sometimes we can get opinionated, and you know, I don't have a problem offering my opinion on something, but you guys need to understand that I have said it before, but I want to kind of repeat it sometimes. That's exactly what all of this is. Every video that I've got out there, none of it's fact. It's all my opinion. When I review a soap, that's not even fact, because my fact, you know, what I think of a soap can be different than what you think of a soap. That's just the way that it is, you know. There's not really an absolute about people's personal preference. Now, there's absolute truth, and we won't go into that because I know that could explode into a big, huge argument. But there is empirically things that are absolutely true, and you're not going to get away from that. But when it comes to the world of shaving, nah. All opinion. Anybody that's standing up here, even that dude Charles Roberts that thinks he's got a system all figured out and has made up names. Now, I'm not knocking him. He's found a way to market his stuff, and he seems to be generally wanting to encourage people to wet shave and all, but he's got his own little system. And, you know, I hate to tell him, but most of the stuff that he's trying to do, somebody else did a long time before he came along. You know, he's just made up his own little names for it, you know. But anyway, that's his opinion. And his system might work really well for a lot of guys, but it'll suck for a lot of guys too. That's the way it is with shaving. That's the deal. There are no experts. Sorry. Hate to burst anybody's bubble, but they don't exist. In my opinion. Lovely. Love this razor. For me, now I know there are guys I've read about them, and I know there are guys that differ on this as well, and say that the angle for them for a frameback is the same as any other straight. But for me, I need a bit more of an open angle. The spine of the blade needs to be just a bit further away. From my cheek, my face, my neck, whatever part of my body I'm shaving, part of my face. For me to get the smoothest shave. Now, I have the same kind of deal with wedges. Just a bit wider angle. Or is that shallower? Yeah, just a bit shallower angle instead of the steep. Makes a difference for me with this frame back. But it's not much. You can go too far as well. Lovely. Just my observation and my experience. But that's a lovely blade. Lovely razor. Kevin, this is a lovely cream. The scent on the face is nowhere near as strong as it is in the bowl when you first begin to lather it. When it begins to explode with lather, it's stronger in the bowl, in my opinion, than on the face. Why? I don't have any idea unless it's just that the bowl, the way the bowl is shaped, you know, moves it up into your face a bit more. I don't know. But it's a lovely scent. Like I said, I can't really describe it. I know, and I just nicked myself earlier. I thought I had. But anyway, I tried to describe it a bit. And I mentioned the citrus note. There is, to me, a note of citrus in it. But it's not by any means a citrusy scent. There's just that note in there. But it's nice. I'd love an aftershave or a EDT in this scent. It's a nice scent. The soap is fairly slick. It's got a good glide to it. Pretty good coverage. Pretty good. I don't know. To me, when I see that bit of haze or bit of coating on my face there when I scrape the lather away, to me that it lets me know I got my water right first, but it also, to me, says that the soap is probably going to have some slickness to it. I mean, that's not a fail-safe kind of thing. I just like to see it. Love it. By the way, this blade was also a gift from Kevin Moore. If you watch my channel, you probably already know that. Thank you, Kevin. Lovely. I'd be interested to know, Kevin, where you got the little containers. They're pretty cool too. I've looked around for containers for sending samples and stuff like that myself, and haven't been able to find any. Not like that particularly, but so they're pretty cool. And if you can let me know where you got them from, that would be awesome. Another thing, I believe it was Mad Scientist of Wet Shaving, or it may have been the Shirtless Zen Master. But someone mentioned a long time ago, when you wipe your face with a towel or washcloth or something like that, don't scrub it. Do it lightly and all. And I found that to be good advice, because you can get some irritation from a lot of cloths are soft until you get them wet, and then the weave in them can cause some problems. But also you can get irritation because you tend to press harder and all that, and you're already I'm going to use some extra. You've already shaved and exfoliated the snot out of your skin, so it's more prone to that. And what I do is I just try to make sure that I keep it light and with the grain. Use plenty of moisture on the cloth so that it washes the soap away really easily. FYI, for what it's worth. Of course, a lot of guys either don't use a washcloth between passes like I do. They just rinse. Some guys don't even do that, and you really don't have to. I just like to clean my face off and look at it and make sure I've got every place, and check for nicks and a bunch of other stuff. Bumps, irritation, reaction to soap, anything like that. And I want my face clean so that I can see that between passes. But actually, a lot of guys don't do that. So, but some guys just use it at the end of the shave. But just a tip. That might help some people out. I saw a thread on, I believe it was Straight Razor Place, may have been Badger and Blade, but I believe it was Straight Razor Place, where a guy was having problems going against the grain because his grain moved that way. And I saw a grip where the guy gripped the razor like this, and I thought, well, that's a cool grip, you know. But for me, that works just fine, yeah. But I thought, I mean, if you're having trouble in certain areas of your neck and stuff because say the handle is smacking your chest or something like that, you're smacking yourself like that, I think that would work. You could go. That's pretty cool. I don't like it because if I go to rinse, unless I do this number right here, I'm going to end up getting water between my scales when I try to rinse the blade. Now, if you wipe the blade on a sponge or something like that, then that won't be an issue. But I like that. That's nice and compact, but it's just not a grip that I need. But I thought I might share it with you. If you're new, be careful with it because it's a different way of holding the razor than you're used to. Some of you veteran guys or some of you intermediate guys might find that helpful. I don't know. But I thought it was cool because I never thought of holding a razor like that. Cold water. I never thought of that, and I've not tried it until just now, and it feels pretty good. It's a nice, comfortable hold. The razor feels really compact. Lovely. All right. We're going to try the balm first. Let me dry my face a bit. And I'm just going to do that right there because I really don't think, in my opinion anyway, I don't think you need much more than that. I don't for most balms. That'll rub into my face. It won't leave a whole bunch of residue behind that I'd have to wash off. It's got a good smell to it, similar to the shaving cream. And I have, if you look, there's redness all along in here. I have a tendency, let me get a tiny bit more of that. I have a tendency to dry out and start getting red. Flakiness there and the corners of my mustache. So just want to treat that a little carefully because the winds are starting to get high and dry in my face, and not bad. It's a little almost greasy, but it goes away real fast. It absorbs into the skin pretty quickly. And I'm going to use an aftershave. English leather, I think, will go with that pretty well, even though that's more of a modern scent, and this is a very old aftershave. I think they pair with one another fairly decently. I'm going to have to pop some menthol in this, though. Can't help it. Working on a little menthol balm. All it is glycerin, and the menthol crystals, they are melting in this glycerin, but it's taken a long time. It's been 40 minutes now. So, but anyway, I don't want to add any rubbing alcohol or anything like, which is all the alcohol I've got. I really don't want to add much, or if any, alcohol to that because I want to use this to drop on the top of soaps and stuff like that. All right. Thank you for watching. I went a little long. God bless you anyway, if you hung around. Kevin, thanks so much. And the Crabtree and Evelyn Sandalwood will be up soon. I've got some other stuff I want to do as well. But appreciate it. That's a wonderful cream. God bless you guys. And I will talk to you next time.